Hello. I keep putting mine. Oh, the wrong thing. Wrong thing. Okay, here we go. I keep putting on my headset because I use it at work, but it does nothing for this computer, so it's just kind of there. It seems like I have a challenge. Need to boot up the game so I can actually see the coding. I just like anytime I see a 4 thing, I just like I don't know that one, so it's just. But it's so W, I think. Dash is W. Oh, no, W is dash. Dash. Why do I feel like that's U? Oh, is it U? Should. I assume that's should, yeah. You should. Dash. Doesn't auto-correct all the dashes. Nice, okay. Well, that's actually just fine. This is you should. So it's EE. D. I don't know what the first letter is though. Okay. First letter. Dash dot. Is that what? That is. F. Okay, so feed. Oh, okay. I feel like I maybe feed. No, that's K. Yeah, that's Kirby. Dot dash is A N dash dot and I assume that's Maddie. More yeah, it's true. I don't know where that was. Dash dot. I don't know. It's dash dot. Dash dot. Dash dot. It's B. Okay. P. E. K. Oh no, that's not. Oh, this is C because. Yeah, this is because these can't brain. This is too difficult. Yeah, I did just wake up too. So Robotech, why do you wake this early? I mean, I feel like most normal people would not do this. Wait, these are Dot dash is you, right? Dot dash, yeah. Okay, there we go. Re dot dash dot dot. I don't know what that one is. Dot dash dot dot. Dot dash dot dot. Yeah, well, oh, L. Okay. Because these, it's RULES. Okay. Or, oh, O dot dot dash dot. Oh, damn. That sucks. Why do you have work so early? Dot dot dash dot. Well, I'm glad you decided to spend some of that time getting ready, I guess, waking up with me. Of these rules of dash dot dot. That's D. Do dash dash dot. Dog. All right. Right. Okay. These rules of dog. Almost there. So that's O. That is W. Owner. Oh wait. Oh, okay. So you should feed Kirby and Maddie more treats because these are the rules of dog ownership. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Yeah, I guess you gotta. That is a pretty early thing. Well, Maddie's not here, so Kirby gets all the treats. You'll get that one in a bit. Let's see if this is. Hey Kirby. Here we go. What a cute little boy. Such a cute, cute boy. Should actually what was that? Hotkeys. Doggo cam. Where is it? Switch the scene. There we go. Done. Okay, so now I can really switch to it. Of course, I still kind of have to. I have to move out of the way to, you know, like actually show him properly. But I don't know. Anyways. So I guess get finally to the game dev portion of this. Why'd you leave, Kirby? There's no treats down there. Silly doggo. All right. So yesterday, I think I managed to get the condition flags working. Or like not the condition flag part, but the flags triggering and they would increment as I do certain things. Which is actually going to be really useful for a lot of things. Like I'm going to be able to now do stats finally. Because I'll have things that can just track it. So I can already track how many times you failed this. I failed the chest, any chest, globally. And then, yeah. So, what are you barking? All right, and then the other thing. So now I want to just make a. The next step is I was going to go into my conditions. And so I'm going to rename this to tag check. I don't think I'd implemented any of it, so it doesn't really matter. Yep. Okay. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do case tag check. One second. Gary might need to go to the washroom or something. Need to go out or something? What? Want to go back inside? He has decided that he wants to be inside. It's his own choice. Okay, so and so in this we go int tag count. So I'm getting the tag count. I go to my tag manager. Can I actually get the tag count? Right now, I think I only have. I only thought I had modify. I think I can, yeah, I don't think I actually have it. Oh, hey, Kristen. Thanks for dropping in. I'm pretty good. It's Saturday and just getting to building a kind of like generic condition system. So the idea is that I can set up specific, a system that allow me to track, do you have a certain amount of items? Have you done a certain action enough times? And so I can use that in a lot of different ways, to handle kind of like little mini quest type things. Like if there's a guy that gives you a little thing like gather this and I'll give you this stuff, or especially it's going to be useful in the tutorial because I just need to be like constantly saying like, hey, you've done this part, you've done this part, you've done this part, you've done this part. So that should help there. It'll also let me make certain things with different endings if I want to, which I'm thinking of having, depending on like what you've done, right? So certain things might be more impactful or not. So it's just there's just tons of things I can do with this. I just need to build the condition system so then I can have, you know, dialogues branch depending on whether or not you've done certain things, or tons of other stuff. I can also have item effects that have all these conditions too, which is kind of neat, I think. But yeah, so in this tags, I don't think I have a thing that actually says get tag count. So let's just make a get tag count method here. And we will get the count. So we just now, instead of setting a count, we just return one. Now, I should actually go if try get value. Yeah, that. Then we return the count. It's this thing with coding that if you like try to get this thing in the dictionary, it doesn't exist. It does not like that. So we'll just do this way instead. Void crashes. That's always something. You know, you never want to just like crash the game. People generally are not very favorable when you crash the game. It's a pretty known fact. Okay. And then, so I have this tag count, and I basically do this. And there's my condition for counting flags, or tags as I call them. You have a flag that's been flagged, a flaggy flag. Okay. So one thing I wanted to set up is actually conditions, I guess. So I should start using these conditions. Still actually haven't used them. So need something that actually, there's no references to them. So would I want to first put that on my dialogue system? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, let's put it in the dialogue system first. So then where did I put the dialogue system? It's a thing. It's a thing over here. Okay, so each dialogue part is gonna have has an auto advance too and some options. Now the options should have a condition on them. Yeah, just condition. So if this condition is not met, it conflicts with imported. Cicity serialized alcoholic has a condition. I guess fine. I'll make this into a namespace, I guess, then. Let's think, yeah. Yeah, thanks for jumping in, Robotech. I'll see you later. So, Risky Games, RPG, the little namespace, put the condition in there, and then dialog part. Is this? Why is it not? No, it's. It makes a public class called test. It doesn't wrap that in a namespace. You buggers. I just don't like wrapping like one thing of my main game into a namespace just to protect it from somebody's silly thing here. Let me just delete this file. So, oh, it's gonna auto redo it, isn't it? Yeah, it's in the package cache. Damn. Who makes a class called test and condition and doesn't? We call this game condition. I'm sure for lots of people they don't understand why I'm angry, but it's just basically they're stopping me from naming a file or class the way I want it to, and because they named something. And most of the times, you know, when you make a package that you're going to supply to lots of people, you wrap all the class names that you have in a namespace so that if they have something commonly named, it doesn't get overridden. But they decided not to do that, so it's just mean. I need to now go to condition, and I'm gonna call this game condition. Okay. And then, yeah, so that no longer exists. It's now game condition. And then if I go back to my dialog part, I need to say game condition. There we go. By the way, for anyone here that's not a game dev, if you have questions about game dev or want to know what I'm doing in more depth and I'm not explaining it properly, just let me know. I sometimes just kind of ramble on and chat through my way of doing it, but if you want to know more, I'm happy. Wow, I'm not happy to speak, I guess, but I'm happy to go into more detail on stuff. So I like to make the game dev thing less mystified, you know. I don't know why. I should probably not have this on my that screen. It always ends up being on the screen, and then somebody always ends up having some notification, and my OCD will not let me. Not real OCD. I'm just. Yeah. It's yeah. Basically, I can't let a little dot live. But anyways, okay. So I added the condition to this. Now I need to use it, right? So it's just a field. It's just a condition. Game dev is magic. It's not really though. Okay, we're actually. Okay, so actually. Okay, so the the problem. So right now this is a single condition, right? So it's like asking a yes or no question, and you get a yes or you can get a no. A lot of dialogue options, probably the majority of them, honestly, will not even have a condition, right? So actually, this should be like a list of conditions, and if you have none, then you just automatically, get used. But the other part, though, I need to figure out is handling ands and ors. So there's a difference in, if you have three conditions, you may want all of the conditions to happen, or maybe just you need one of the conditions to happen, or maybe you need to have these two conditions must happen, or this one condition happens. These are all like logical things you can potentially need. And to do that, I probably need actually some sort of grouping condition. I also need to definitely make this into a prop. I need to custom draw this because this is gonna get nasty in like 2 seconds flat. So I'm gonna say this is my OR. I'm gonna make, to handle the OR conditions, I'm gonna have a condition that has a bunch of conditions in it. And if any of those conditions are true, it will return true. But otherwise, it will not return true. So case, we're going to make a condition type called OR condition. And the case or condition will have basically a for each loop. We're just going to go through every single one of our little conditions that we have in OR condition. Gonna go condition in underscore OR conditions. Really is not liking what I'm putting out here. I need to just return something just for now so that it stops. Oh, it's that. That was what it was not liking. Yeah, okay. There we go. So float progress equals 0. Then for each condition, we're gonna get the progress. Ah, crap. It's a game condition. No. Some stupidly named condition file in a non-necessary folder, but I can't change it. I hate them so much. That's gonna bother me every single time. Yeah, progress. So progress is gonna equal to this, but we have to get the best one. So we're gonna wrap that in a little parenthesis bubble thing, and then we're gonna say math if dot max, and we're gonna go progress and condition. So it'll get the biggest of the two, and then if progress is greater or equal to 1, so it's completed, basically. We're just going to do that check each time. We're going to break, and then we're going to return progress. All right, gotta make this game condition too. Jeez. You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get so annoyed by this. They made a file called test in packages. So there's so many things called test. I just want to find the one. This one. Okay. So. I'm gonna show this in Explorer. I'm gonna make a copy from it. And I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna go to packages. And I'm gonna paste this in here. Okay, and then I need to remove it from the package manager side on the other section, but I'm hoping that this will just override the older one like it did with URP. Because I'm gonna get so annoyed every single time. It's just gonna be like constant annoyance that I had to rename this thing game condition, and I'm not gonna be happy about it. So we're gonna wait the whatever long time it takes for this to recompile, and then we're gonna see if it works. All right. Seems like it worked. Okay. So now I'm gonna rename this. Condition. Okay, and then I'll rename the folder, the file here. In assets, game condition, just condition again. Balance is restored. We have condition working properly. Now the conditions. Condition, get progress, math, okay. All that fun stuff. Okay. What was I gonna do next? All right, so if it otherwise it's not passed, and then yeah, so then I need to go to dialog part. I have a condition. I need to basically process this condition now at some point before I display it. So let's go to the one reference of dialog options. So I think we go through each one. Yeah. So basically here we're going to say if dialog option dot condition dot is condition met, I might even do it if it's not met, and then I'll just go continue. So I skip this. So if it's not met, we don't add it, and so this means we will not present the dialogue option to the people. The other spot that I kind of wanted to handle is this with this auto advance too. Because there's some ways that I might want to do if a condition is met, like if you're having the auto advance, the idea is that like I could create a bunch of parts that just kind of go back to back, and say you asked a question and they have to answer the question, but then you want to kind of go back to like that main, like, so what else do you want to know type thing, right? I can have them answer the question and then just auto goes to the, so what else do you want to know? And then it gives you all the options again. So I don't have to create like a double dialogue thing. But as well, it could happen that, say you've done something specific in the middle of a dialogue system, and you first have the generic saying of whatever the person was going to say, and then you have a custom thing that only happens if you met this flag, and if otherwise you would skip that and go to the third part. But if you have the custom thing, it'll go to this part and then it'll go to the third part. But I have to create a conditional override basically for the auto advance too. And so I'm going to figure out how I want to put that in. Because a lot of these, yeah, so you check it in 3 spots. The next line, if equals null, equals, if they don't have the next one, then they display the dialog options, yeah. I might switch around these conditions. Because basically the question here is display the auto advance. I should probably make it so that the dialog part instead has a public class auto advance option. And this will basically be almost this, just without the dialogue. And then what we want to change auto advance to is basically this. It's going to break the dialogue screen for a second, but we'll figure that out in a second. I still actually haven't even processed the original conditions, but because actually these should be arrays of conditions. Noting that, again, you might have multiple conditions that you want to process. Music, where did you go? You finished your playlist? Let's go to this one then. Alrighty, so let's be auto advance to options. And what I want to have is a public void, oh no, public I guess I can go dialog part. Advance dialog. Public method, yeah. And then what we do is we'd go through all of our auto advance ones. In auto advance options. And then I need to process the condition. If the condition is, then we return the part. But I actually need to add one more thing to conditions then. So we have this whole thing where we have an array of conditions, but it would be nice to be able to parse those a little bit easier instead of having to do a for each loop each time I have one of these. So I'm going to make a public static class called condition utils. And then I can make a public static static bool method. Yeah, and then I called this are conditions met. And C# lets you do this cool thing where you go say this, and we say conditions, and I'll have an array of conditions. Might make it a list one too. And then we go for each condition. Yeah, that. If condition, I guess I should say not condition dot is condition met, we return false. Otherwise, we return true. And so there are no conditions, right? If this is an empty list or an empty array, we would return true. So it would say the conditions are met. But if you have conditions and one of them is not met, then it's not met, and you fail the condition check. And that's what we call as an AND conditions, right? These are all AND conditions except for, you know, this one, which is an OR condition, in which if a single one of them completes, then we will do that. And so you can nest the OR conditions within an AND condition. And so in here, we're going to go get auto advanced dialog. And yeah, so for this, we're going to go and say if auto advance option dot is condition dot condition. I should really rename these actually. They should be conditions because they're multiple conditions. Conditions. Okay. Conditions dot are conditions met. So that's that new function that I defined. You will return auto advance option dot what is it? Next part? Yeah, okay. Otherwise, we return false. Or no. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, so we is that. Then in here, just trying to figure out, because like this isn't exactly cheap to call multiple times. So I'm just trying to figure out if I can advance. Yeah, I can maybe make this so if I go dialog part auto advance. Yeah, and so then I can just go if auto advance is not equal null. We'll go there. And then in here, we go get auto advance dialog is dialog part. And we put that there. And then there's another part though that we advance to it, so we'll just grab that there. So now we've minimized the amount of times we have to get it, and we'll supply it the same way. So just before I fully go into this, I think I've added all the things I need to make this functional. Again, I need to clean up how condition looks because there's just gonna be so many so many values that you have to tweak, but it should actually be functional. For the dialogue part, at least. I still have to add these conditions in a lot of different spots, but that can be not as quick. Yeah, I need to sort. I need to make another folder for this. I'm just one thing I'm going to figure out is how I'm going to organize these dialogues, because each little part, right, is a little object. And the thing I'm very scared about is these things ballooning out of control. It'd be like tons of objects and like being a mess. So I want to definitely keep these organized. I think there was like a mosquito just flew into my face. I don't think I killed it though. I don't see it in my hand. So it escaped. Dastardly fella. Anyways. Yeah, I have these line audio clips here, but they do nothing at the point. I would really love it if I could make this actually voiced over, but I would need at least one person that is a female to voice Clara. Because I think the game would lose all horror if I voiced Clara. It would be a weird thing. Anyways. So I need to recompile, I think. I don't see any of these conditions. Oh, did I not make... Oh, I didn't make conditions serializable. Oops. Oops. That would definitely be awesome, Kristen. Yeah, I definitely will need volunteers. I don't want, the only thing I've not been really pursuing it yet is because I just want to make sure that I've got like enough written in a final form before I even kind of like really contact some people or like get a confirmation. I mean, maybe I should just be talking to them first and getting them getting people even just ready, but eh, you can use my computer audio for now. I voice all my German learning sentences, and they're surprisingly decent. Okay. It's a VA Discord, kind of like the Caribbean. Oh, cool. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's definitely something I want to do. I probably will try to like finish at least the full like intro, see how many lines that is, and see how it is. If anything, like I I hate the idea of like not paying someone, but maybe there's like something else I can do for them. Like, I don't know, make them a character in the game, and like in the credit, like actual have like a credits page with like their entire bio or something and links and stuff. Because I barely have enough money to, you know, keep my house. So it's been rough. Anyways, okay, so there's conditions now. We have conditions. But yeah, thank you, Kristen. I'll do that, and then Karazest. We could also maybe do Karazest. You want to be Clara Karazest? So okay, how do I want to? So I have conditions now. I just need to actually figure out a kind of test case to use them. So to kind of test that, I actually want to add another thing. So I'm just reading. So there's wait, so Kara's after calculating the cost, the tutorial gonna end up with Flynn going, figured out it's not rocket science. Like the cost of like getting voice actors, or I'm not sure what the cost you're referring to. Sure, a lot of them will be flexible though. They're building voice portfolios. Yeah, yeah, and so as long as they're not as they're comfortable doing that, I'm more okay with it, and especially if they're like starting out. And it's a kind of a mutual beneficial thing. But yeah, I just want to like actually have written the whole thing, so then like when I contact them, I can be like, hey, this is all what you'll have to do, at least for now. Because the other tricky part, obviously, is I have the intro, which is a lot of voice acting, which I would like to get voice acted, so that when people come into the game, they can see that there's going to be voice acting. But then I might have to like get them to come in again later, which then provides an extra level of complexity. Because like, what if by then they've decided, oh well, I've actually got a real paying gig, and I don't know, I'm not gonna just do this random thing for free that has a bunch of random voice acting. So um, we'll see. I might get a first person and then like have to do another person just to do all of it. But and Karazest, I'm sure you have a fine voice. Send me a voice clip. Just like like how do I should just like film the first part of this, and then I'll just do the voice and see what you send me an audition tape. I don't know. Anything better than my voice singing Clara's parts will probably be an improvement. I feel like I could probably do Flynn. Flynn's probably okay for me to do. But definitely not going to do Clara. Okay, so the other thing, so I have the conditions, but I kind of need something to build off of the conditions. And so what I was thinking as well is that each dialogue part should have a effect that it can do. So I'm blank. And these should be consumable item effects. I can't remember if it's affect data. No, it's consumable. It's not this, but I thought it was just... Oh, no, it is. Okay, so I think it's just a list of this. Back. Back. Where is this used? Consumable item data. Consumable item with effects. Right, so this thing has a list of them. And on consumed, it goes like this. Yeah, okay. So I would go into here, so I'd have an array of these, basically. Dialogue effects. Dislog effects, no, dialogue. So the idea here is when you talk to someone, say, hey, like, completed a mission or something, I can just have like a dialogue that gives you items. I can have a dialogue that does anything that an item can do, right? Which is quite a lot of things now. So then I would just go into dialogue screen. And we would go in... I could do it in probably set dialogue. Or would I want to do it like when I end the dialogues part? I might want to do it... I might want to do it at the end, I think. It's a little bit more precarious. Because, like, I don't want to make sure that they actually do go through it. So if the dialogue is null, they go this, but otherwise display next line. They go to this, and then display dialogue options is probably, I guess, where you do it. Because either there's no line or there's other things. This is probably where I would make sure that you get awarded the items. So we would go through every item in my current dialogues item effects or dialogue effects, and then go len equals that dot length. I don't know why I just do it. Yeah, I should just do a for loop for each. It's so much cleaner. Wait, what? Oh, I don't even need this line. Okay. Okay. So, well, actually, I wonder if that's not great to do. I think I should be doing this one the other way around. It's probably not going to matter, but like, thinking about this, this is like if you're using multiple items at the same time, which I don't think I actually even allow you to do, but like in the case I somehow made like eat 10 of these biscuits or something. Um, if the biscuits has 3 effects in it, you would actually assume that you would eat one biscuit, all 3 of those effects would happen. Then you would eat the next biscuit, and all 3 of those effects happen. The way it was working was that you're going to eat the biscuit, and then this effect was going to happen 10 times, and then this biscuit was going to happen 10 times, and this effect was going to happen 10 times. Which, again, probably for most things wouldn't matter, but like, what if the last thing was like an effect that increased your health gain, and then the first effect is gain more health? So then, in that case, you'd actually be worse off eating them in bulk versus uh, doing it. I mean, I guess conversely, if the first one was increase health gain and then you would get more health, um, maybe it's better for the player to do that. But it's more like realistically consistent that if you eat a biscuit, the effects would happen. Then you eat another one, and then the effects would happen. So I'm gonna do it that way. Doesn't really matter for the other parts. Okay. So in dialog screen, we apply all the effects, and then we now have effects. And one of these effects that I want to do, I actually need to add this item effect. We're really gonna go down the rabbit hole a little bit here. Very relatable. Okay. Scripts. Initiate system. Okay, so what I want to do is an item effect. So that's... Is that still in... This is, yeah, item effect data. Okay. In consumables, we have this. And then what I want to do is go create C# script. And then we're going to say... So this will be, it's to change the tags. So if you want to post a tag, but I also want to, do we want to make it, I'm just wondering if I want one for just like post the tag and then another for like set the tag. That probably is better. Have one for increment, one for setting. I could just have one universal one. Modify tag value. And I'll have a little enum to change it because they'll basically all have a tag that you want to reference and a number, no matter what. So I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be consumable item effect data. She's gonna need me to do something. Implement the abstract class, please. All right, so we have execute effect. And in here, we're going to go public. It doesn't technically need to be public. It could be private. Privato. Not item data, but tag. Or it's game tag, I think. Game tag. Yeah, game tag. We'll do underscore game tag or tag, sure. Still some coffee, yay. Then I don't actually want this. I want there to be an int mod value, and then I guess by default this should be like 1, just to keep it a little bit better. I'm thinking there's like a visualization of these effects, and I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that because that might be a weird one. I'll have to see. But the other part was I was gonna make a enum so I can kind of list out a bunch of options. I'll call it mod type. So then this will just be, it'll be increment. There will be set. There will be set if higher. There will be set if lower. I think those are all my options right now anyway. So then what we're going to do is we actually have to have that field. Model type underscore mod type. Don't like that it does that. And this actually should be underscored too. Okay. So in execute effect, we're going to go to a little switch statement. We can set all our types here, mod type, and we will go and I hate that it does. Every single time I make a switch statement in here, I'm sad because it doesn't do what Rider does and make it easy. Okay, can you format a little bit nicer there? Okay, so we'll do increment first. So increment will just be game, or it'll be tag manager, I think. Tag manager. Yeah, dot instanzo dot dot. I think this is modify tag count. Yeah. Underscore tag, comma, mod value. Then I basically just need to add this, and this, and this. Okay, so this one was set, and then this is set tag count, and then this is going to be set if higher, and this one will be set if lower, and then this will be set tag count if higher, and then this one will be set tag count if lower. Okay, so I created all our options. And yeah, I'm actually going to return here instead of breaking, because what I want to do, I guess, just it's going to be very unlikely that I add something here and don't add it there, but you know, it never hurts to have a little bit more of a loggies. Execute effect. It's supposed to actually, this is supposed to be here. Okay. Unhandled mod type. There you go. Okay. So now I can have an effect that adds or sets my tags. Okay. And I'm going to recompile. So hopefully all those things take effect. I do actually probably need to... Right, no, this should automatically get added as an option. That's how I built the system. I believe that's how I built the system. Oh, crap. Although I just remembered. To make these work, item data with effects. I had to do some finagly thingies to make these things work. Oh, God. I'm going to have to do the same thing with conditions. No. Oh, that's going to suck. I guess okay. So a lot of it was in the property drawer, though, I think. Because, okay, so the problem is, for example, look, if I show you guys one of my items, which is in resources, I think. Right, we have, I guess it's got to be a consumable item. Have this nice little list of things. We can go add effect, and it has all these things. And I have the modify tag value here. But this is like secretly a little thing that's a child of this, and I have to set that all up now for dialogues, I guess, so that they can also have it. Okay, that's gonna be fun. But it's gonna be useful, so it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay. So where do I even start with that? So if I'm looking at my dialogue here, right? So I have a dialogue effects thing. Also, my auto advance options are not showing up. So I should at least probably do that before I even get into the other stuff. It just needs to be serializable. Oh. And then it'll work. But yeah, so these effects, I need to override the editor for that. So I should probably just look at, let's just remove, close others. We're gonna now go into the item data with effects editor. Okay. Skip script. I'm just trying to see if I can. So my main thing is I'm trying to see if I can copy this in a way that I can then make minimal like inherited changes and then just use that. Which I think I can probably do it. Might make some just changes here. Instead of saying item effect, we're just going to call this effect. Basically, I'm going to change what it's asking for. Why? So it's creating an editor for an item. Oh, these are for the item effects. Yeah, so that's fine. The this is the main thing that I think I have to change. And then I can have two things that inherit from this and just have a different item effects thing. And then this has to just be something that I... Where else do I use this? Record object, we do the try. Add. And otherwise, it's just a scriptable component. Okay, so it has to have a try add, but otherwise, it can be a scriptable component. Okay. So now, technically, though... So the annoying thing is that this... Yeah, so this is a try-add thing that... I'm going to make a public interface for I data with effects. Okay. And so this interface will have a function for this. It auto-corrected that. Okay. So then this will implement this interface. And then what I should be able to do is I should be able to change this to a scriptable object. Okay, no, it does actually have one other thing that it does. Base effect type. Right, okay, so we'll put that into the interface too. I guess this should just be then iData with effects. Cast the target again is iData with effects. And then for here, though, we do need to cast it into something else. So scriptable object. So equals as scriptable object. It always will be a scriptable object. It's just that it doesn't know it's a scriptable object right now. So that's fine. Okay. And let's just make sure now. I'm going to go to my items and make sure I haven't borked them. So that would not be cool. That would not be fun if I just borked all my item effects. so let's go check those guys out. Consumables, bandages, for example. Yeah, okay. Still got the heals. Still got that processing, shun stuff. Cool. Yeah. And so now all I'm gonna do here is wait, so this is actually child thing here. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a public string, and we're gonna say what'll be called effects property name, which I guess it's nice to be virtual. Although actually for my inherited one, I need to do a little bit more custom stuff. So, wait, not for the dialogue. The dialogue actually doesn't need to. It's the conditions inside the dialogues that actually have to have the custom stuff. So this actually should be fine. So basically replace this with this. And then I can go up here. Let's remove that. But we'll go and make dialogue part editor, which will be the thing for dialogue parts. And it's going to extend from this. And we are going to go and override the effects property name to be equal to, what are we calling it? Dialogue effects. Oh, hey, Fox, hello. How's it going? And now I am going to need to go and make dialogue part. Inherit from data with effects. I'm going to want to implement that interface. These, I believe, are going to be this type of that. You're going well, getting some quick, quiet time before all the family events. Okay, well, yeah, sounds like a Saturday. Okay, and then triad. So what does triad actually do in these guys? Okay, it does this, and then it calls another thing. Okay, which we probably then also need to implement. Add type. Okay. I don't think I need any of these. Yeah, okay, so I just really need this part, which... Okay, and so add T is actually gonna be this thing. Wow. You know, here I thought, like, Saturday morning, who the hell is gonna wake up this early on Saturday morning and come to one of my streams? But you guys surprised me. You did not think that this many people would be awake on a Saturday morning and wanting to watch streams, but wow. Hey, Paul again. I guess Saturdays mornings are a good time. I don't know. It's this is almost more chatter than any of my other times that I've gone into a stream. So, it doesn't like it because why? Oh, yeah. Okay. So this should be a list. Yeah, everyone's here. Yeah. In the future, I do actually want to make some of these Saturday ones more like critique and analysis type days, at least for part of them. I've been struggling to find like people that have Unity games that want me to like, you know, give them feedback on. It's been, I don't know. It's like I've been posting it on Twitter and some Discords and stuff, and I don't know. No, everyone's too shy, or they're like, oh, maybe in like 2 months. I'm like, okay, maybe in 2 months I'll have something to look at, but. I think there's a lot of like newer developers out there that there's probably a few things I could tell them by just looking at their game. They're like, hey, these would be really quick, easy changes to make that would probably make your game look a lot less like a random, silly Unity game. But I can't find them, so if you guys know any, just let me know. Yeah, I mean that's part of it. I still think Unity's more approachable than Godot, but for new people at least, like people that like are starting out completely from scratch, but you know, it's whatever people want. Okay, so this still has it, but now my dial. Let's see if my dialogue's actually. Aha! Add effect. Okay, so can I add an effect and it will actually work? Oh well. Recursive serialization is not supported. You can't dereference a PPTR while loading. See stack trace. I would see the stack trace if you gave me a stack trace. All right. What happens if I... Doesn't happen again. Is it only the tag value that does that? No, it's just that first time. Weird. I don't know. Oh wait, these things are still here? Oh no. Wait, is it just like a re-import thing? Yeah, okay, sweet. So that's the Google one. I haven't tried the Unity, but I guess I could try that. That's probably a good idea. I could probably post there and like, hey, anyone want me to give them feedback? Thank you for the idea, Voxel. it'll probably, yeah, it's like I will post somewhere and like I've had like a few people reach out, but most of the time they'll say like, "Hey, I'm not ready yet," or like I'll see people that are making games and I'll ask like, "Hey, do you want me to try it out?" And like, yeah, they'll say if they're not yet ready or something. Um, but I could post on the Unity Reddit and see if there are any takers. That's something I'll do this week. Okay. So what I want to do is on this first dialogue, says you're welcome, and then right. So there's the says you're welcome, and then I want to make another part here. Too intimidating. I mean, like there was that one guy that I went through right on stream that was making a horror game. I think his name is SOS. Uh, I think I helped him out quite a bit. He's still kind of hanging around in the Discord. So first, getting early feedback is tough and requires a skill set to know how to deliver a testable prototype. Yeah, I mean, like, and I always approach it as like whatever level you're at, right? I'm not gonna like judge a game as a full product when it's not. What was I gonna call this? Flynn says you're welcome. Okay. I wanna know if you guys think this is funny. Cause I think it's kind of funny, but maybe you guys don't think it is. So in the end of this first dialogue, you can basically you'll either say, what is it? That's right. It's you have to shorten here. Thanks for coming, Finn, and I really appreciate it. Or just like let's go. I was thinking of this idea of just like you have like a friend zone meter with Flynn that's just like in the background tracked, and basically each time you like just do something that says like your great friend Flynn, it just like increases. And I might have some endings that change depending on how much you friend zone Flynn. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, but I want to build that out a little bit and just have it. So if you say got it, basically, I don't know, it's just like you're not appreciating him, you know. There's gonna be worse ones that are a bit maybe more apparent later on that I'll probably use instead, but I just for now I want to build this condition and see if it works. Or build this action. So wait, is this is the friend zone one, yeah. So then I can go modify tag value. I actually need to go to tags. I don't need localized descriptions on these, but I guess it's in a thing. Saves. Okay, so right. Okay, no, it's actually in here, right? It's supposed to make game tags. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I was gonna make it way more sad and depressing. But I don't want to spoil it for people that care about that. Though I feel like everyone that like watches the stream at some regularity is gonna have the game spoiled. It's like almost inevitable. But it is what it is. Okay, so the tag is friend zone increment 1. We just basically, by doing that, we've incremented the friend zone by 1. And dialog lines. Yeah, so I'm gonna I actually kind of wonder. Actually, if this has no lines, okay, let's. I mean, I can test this. I might just have a thing that has an effect but doesn't actually do any other things, because that should just end the dialogue, but it should apply this effect. So let's see if that works. Can increment it by 1, and then we should be okay. So. Interesting. The other thing I need to actually apply. Oh God, why are you repainting? Oh, you're compiling a shader. Okay. So I forget how I did this in. So in my other scene, in my whatever, the player base scene, there's a thing where I can track if you've done stuff. So there's a room. But I can't remember how that room actually stays saved. Because this room like basically keeps track of everything that you do. So like if you open a door or you open a chest or anything, it just will save that. But I want to know save persistent data. Map generator. Load persistent data. Map generator. Handle pre-made levels. Oh, I'm just doing that. Wow. I guess it works. It's a one-time load thing. Fine, whatever. Okay. That answers that, though. So we can just go and go to my other scene. Basically, we just need to go and grab where our... I think he's like in here. Yeah, I should probably not put him in there. It's just a little weird. Okay. And then so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put the dialogue character part actually on Flynn, I think. Base component is new. I'm gonna remove that and then we're gonna reattach this here. Okay, so then we're gonna have one initiation on this, and then we'll just make this a separate thing, because this should only happen once, but like I want to probably have a situation where you can like interact with Flynn to have another conversation, which I'll make as a separate dialogue system. And so initiate on level load. We'll do that. We need to make a room though for tracking the objects. So game object, create empty. Persistent tracking. And I guess I'll put that in here. Nice. First, okay. Before we put it in there, we'll go zero this out so then it's not weird. Okay, first dialogue. Maybe I should like tag this. So it's just okay. And we want to have this have a room, and we will add a persistent object. I guess this needs to have a persistent state tracker, which will then just have this. I wonder actually if this should happen before this, so hopefully I don't always just keep showing this on start. I believe that should be right. Okay. So let's see if any of this works. It will be a thing to see if it works. And I'm sitting at 199 followers. Just been waiting for the 200. I don't even know like how much these things matter, but it's a cool milestone if I could make it. Little portal-y things. I don't know why when I thought I need to make a new game. When I redid my portal screens, I thought they looked less like circular, like straight circles. But now that they used to look less just like very, very circular. Now they look very circular. But I don't want to spend another stream completely changing portals. So I'm gonna my loading screen, so I'm gonna just leave it for now, and then I'll eventually change it. All right. Okay, so Flynn. All right, we're here. Step planet, yeah, I don't know. Some of you probably haven't read this before, but I need to get through this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna null ref. Let's. If anyone wants to actually hear the dialogue, let me know and I'll do it properly. But this was the line that was null? 47. Auto advance options is null. That shouldn't be possible, but you know, we will just, I guess, say, hey, if you equal null, then GTFO return null, I guess. I don't know. Shouldn't be null. Yeah, okay. Steve demanding dialogue. That Steve emote really kind of like, I feel like it reminds me of the I just want to see if this wait, no, what? It reminds me of like this guy a little bit. Just like minimized every single one of my windows though to do that, so that was kind of great. It was not the intent, but that's what happened. Steve demanding dialogue again. We can't deny Steve, can we? I'll do it one more time. And then we'll see if it breaks. Okay. Flynn, we're here. Otto, the infamous dead planet. You sure you want to do this, Clara? We could just turn around now and no one would even know we're here. Nice one. I didn't notice that one, but it didn't actually scare me. I was so focused on this. But nice job for the scare. Are you still... Yeah, so I already read this one. We even know we're here. Clara, just look around, Flynn. Everything we've been told is a lie. There are trees, a breathable atmosphere. This is not the dead planet of the history books. Okay, sure, but maybe there's a good reason they don't want us here. The entire galaxy thinks my grandfather melted and gassed an entire planet simply to prove that he could. They held parties and parades on the day of his death. Cerastes made it an annual holiday. I have to find out what really happened. We can already see that the truth is not what they've been telling us. Flynn. All right. The structure we found... all right. Yeah, it would be more like, all right. The structure we found on the radar is just up ahead. Maybe we can find out more there. Just remember, we only have a couple of days till the Republic patrol comes by again, so we can't stay for long. And so now if I say, all right, let's go. Okay, yeah, sweet. It does just end the dialogue. And then I should be able to F5 and then see in my save data. See in my save data. No? Okay. F5. Didn't work. Why did you not work? Steve dialogue. He'll like grunt at you. It's like hug, 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 hug smash. Okay, so I actually wonder, so let's just check the reload first, see if the... I want to see if that dialogue retriggers. No, sweet. Okay, so that doesn't retrigger, so I do need to go back to the menu, start a new game. Hug, 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 smash, 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 hug, hug, hug. New game. Okay. Do I actually have the debugger on? I do. Okay. So let's check this. All right, let's go. Wait. Oh my God. I know what I did. I know what I did. Oh. I didn't actually attach this as the friend zone. So that doesn't even, it's not even attached. So of course it isn't triggering. It's not even attached. Constructors of C# classes may not load objects either. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to assume it's just being silly. Okay. So let's play again. Let's see if this actually works now that I've connected it properly. Blue's quite pretty. Okay. Here or the infamous dead planet. Okay. La, la, la. Aha. Wait. Okay, yeah, that one would trigger because it's there. Okay, and then all right, let's go. Aha. Okay. Oh, does this? Oh, it does have an option there. Okay, so that's in. Yeah. Okay, so I should actually remove that. Let's try reloading that in dialogue. Yes, I know you happen. Okay, that's not great. Yeah, so if I don't do any of these and I just want to have one of these, does not do that well. Okay, so so it's gonna come here. It's gonna say line is null. It's gonna display dialog options, and basically what I should be doing is, yeah, I'm gonna pop it. So if because yeah, it goes through all of these. So if dialog options dot is null or empty, then we pop it. So if we don't have any dialog options, we're just gonna close the dialog. All right. Let's recompile that. Let's see. Let's see if we can do anything. Do anything cool here. New game. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Now let's go F5. Check our save data. Save data. Ha ha ha. Okay, so now so now let's, I guess we can yeah, we got tons of time. So should just check my phone though. All right. Phone did charge last night. Yeah, okay, good. Got lots of battery. So now we want to build out something to condition on this tag that we have. And so I want to have basically another conversation you can do with Flynn. Now the question is, do I want to just build this quickly or do kind of, I might just want to like, actually kind of build out the next part of this. I might skip. I'm gonna skip like the parts where whatchamacallit. Like through here, I'm basically just giving people instructions on like, hey, you walk, you turn your flashlight on, you can sprint, and then you get to this part. And this is kind of like the actual first thing. I have to build nav maps though here. Which would mean I'd actually need to like add a nav mesh here. I've forgotten though. If I think I just make I need to make a root game object and then I make a nav mesh off of that, I think is what I do. Create empty nav mesh. Position is 0, 0. Nav mesh surface. And then I should be taking terrain into there. And I should be taking, what are ramp splines? These are like the paths, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, so I basically don't want any of these because there's not any paths on a planet that's inhabited. So do I want to delete them? Yes, I want to delete them. I'm not going to change that back. Okay. There's going to be so many things I have here. Basically, all these should be, though, in the nav mesh because they might affect it. Manual trees and grass. Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm scared to click this button. But I don't think it should take that long to build. Yeah, okay, sweet. There we go. You see? Super quick. Super, super duper quick. Beautiful. It lags my computer to like look at it, I think, but I think it's mostly because I'm drawing like a bazillion gizmos. Yeah, that looks about right. It seems like it's all walkable, basically, except for why is that not walkable? I guess like that's too steep. But why is this not walkable? Is it because these trees... Oh, there's like this in the way? I don't know. It's like... These trees aren't making it not walkable, are they? Because I kind of do need them to walk on the path. It's kind of something that I need them to do. I wish I could like tune down. Build a height mesh. Yeah, I want to know what. Okay, so back to that spot here. This spot, right? There are a couple of colliders, but so it's not the trees, I don't think. I think it must be like these things that are blocking it somehow. Maybe
even is this thing? Can I actually even see this? I can't even see that. What if I go big again and after I remove that thing? It also doesn't like this section. Wonder why. Just too like bumpy or something? Like I can get maybe why over there it's maybe a little finicky, but it doesn't. Oh, these are crazy colliders. Like turn that off. Oh god, what did I just do? It's only taking longer to build this time, but I'm also like editing it partway through, so maybe that's not the smartest thing to do. I think a lot of these ones that are just like mostly underground probably don't need to have colliders on them. They'll probably be okay if I turn these things off. Because the other thing, like the actual train will be close enough to what it should be. I believe. We'll see. The scene generally is just like way more than needed for than like what's needed for just like general what I'm using it for. I can probably clear out like half these trees and like a lot of these details on the side. It's just a sample scene which I edited, so it's definitely not the most performant thing. Damn, when you build height mesh, it's the net mesh takes a lot longer to build. Which for now, just do the other one. Like, look how many items there are in the scene. Jeez. So many gliders. Oh, like none of them are needed. Only like 10% of them are going to be needed. Like basically anything near this path is probably still useful, but like I'm going to hide. Eventually, everything is over there. Everything is up here. Everything is over there. Not needed. Still building, okay. Well, it's gonna take a minute. While it's doing that, so this is, let me just think about how I want Blend to work. Where did I go? I went up here. Okay. Should be down here. Okay. Oh god. Why is it building around Flynn? He's not static. He shouldn't be. Track that way, but it's not even in the nav mesh area. You should actually have a nav mesh agent thing on him. And what I want to do is I should actually have in the persistent tracking my first dialogue. I should have something that happens after the dialogue. Like I should be able to initiate triggers to happen after the dialogue finishes. So what I actually want to do I don't think this is a generic like on close type thing. No. Yeah, okay, so yeah, okay. So dialog screen. I'm gonna have a public event system action. This is gonna be on dialog ended. And so when we pop, basically we'll say on dialog dot invoke, then on dialog ended equals null. So we'll just clear out any listeners to it. And that way we can go here. I just need to check this a little bit. Dialog screen equals what we push here. And then eat a biscuit. Thank you for eating a biscuit. This is basically just like you're here. I still have it to do that. Eventually I want to have like a tracker for that, but it would be great if I had like a Streamlabs thing that would say like, hey, there's been 20,000 biscuits eaten, but I've been too busy. dialog screen dot on dialog ended plus equals, and then I need to add a function void void. How many times can I fail to spell void? On dialog ended. It should be capital O. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. So now we have that. And this should now actually be a base initiator, which I think is an initiate. Yeah, okay. So it's just giving me this. But I'm overriding the uninitiates. We do the dialog, and then on the dialog ended is the where we would do the base dot on initiate stuff. All right, I just probably should have an action here, but well, it should be fine. Technically, dialog's ended, so I guess, I don't know, inactive. Okay. So we open the dialog, then if the dialog ends, we have a way of triggering something else. Is my dialogue ended yet? Or am I baking? No. Surface held by nav mesh for agent humanoid. Weird. Don't take like 2 minutes to reload this. That's unreasonable. I wonder if because we reloaded this while it was building nav mesh is maybe causing more problems. So that's great fun. Yeah. Why? Why do you take so long? Why are you frozen or are you actually doing things? I get very impatient. I'm very tempted to just kill it. I think it's like caught in a loop. It says I've saved, so I'm gonna put it out of its misery. Just reopen it. See if it works. Do. All right. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. If only we had a dog to pet or something. No doggos are here. They decided that their mother was a better hanging out person today. Maddie didn't even want to come in here. She knew better, I guess. Oh, damn it. No. Okay. All of the changes that I did for the nav mesh are no longer there. Oh, well. I guess I can just remake that. New nav mesh. I'll build this later, the nav mesh. I'll just do that when you know, I'm like raiding out or something. I'll just take all that and I'll just throw it on here. Actually, got to zero out the nav mesh first, so let's just do that. Boom. Okay. And then we'll add the component on here, but I'm not going to do anything with it. We'll just leave it there. The only annoying thing, okay. I wanted to build the nav mesh so that I could have things so that Flynn would run over to the next spot that matters. Hmm. All right, I'm gonna do the bake again. I'm just gonna do a quick bake. I think the first time I did it was quick. Yeah, okay. So you see, it's quick. Still probably had that issue where like, I feel like trees somehow are coming in to like say, hey, don't walk under here for some reason. Because it feels like it's a tree that's blocking over there, and then the look of this path more. So here, I have no clue why it's doing it. Unless, is it this tree? Can't even select the tree. Or is this, maybe it's like a... Why does the game look so dark, too? It's gotta be this tree, right? Like...
Okay, let's just turn that tree off. See. Get the rest. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's turn off the other tree too, or just move it a little bit, I guess. Where are you? First tree. Oh god. Getting really lost in this forest. Okay. So is the entranceway, yeah, this thing. So this is a really cool tree though. So maybe if I just instead though maybe go a little higher up or something. Or maybe a little further back. That still kind of looks okay. Get a little bit higher. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, so it was totally the tree. Okay. Now he's not gonna run that path. I can pretty much guarantee he's gonna just like walk like straight up and down into weirdness. So I'll probably have to like really later at some point kind of really direct him. But for now, this will work. So first dialogue, we'll go into a thing so that once we initiate the dialogue, I want to set off another thing. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to make an initiate thing that will tell the nav agent, hey, move, basically. And so I need to make a script for that. Script, initiate, terminal, initiators. Yeah, basically something like this. Oh no, this is, oh, it's more like a reactor. Yeah. Okay. Create C# script. Nav agent move to position. Yeah, it's also I'm gonna have to. Oh, there's so many things, and now I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do because he's not even gonna like animate. He's just gonna be like going like this, like moving over things. It's gonna look silly, but we'll just do that for now. Move to ruins. I'm gonna eventually actually have to have even more things, but we're gonna go nav agent move to position. We need to actually make this into something. Actually, this might actually kind of take more of the form of a base initiator because I want to have a finished state. So we go override initiate. We're gonna have to do that, but then on blank. This doesn't have to be public. We can go serialize field, private, event, nav mesh agent underscore agent. Yeah, sure. And then
And then also have a field for transform underscore go to point. And so we're going to go agent dot set destination go to point dot position. And then might even go right here. The idea is that once we set the destination, we'll start checking if he's actually reached it. Is there a different way I could do this? Probably okay. Toggle, whatever. If so if underscore agent dot is stopped no, that's like that's yeah. I think it's just stopped. I'll just use that. So if they've stopped, then we'll return this. And then also disable ourselves. I think that should work. I'll probably have to make that better later, because eventually I'm gonna have to make these like blend into like a probably something that derives from dialogue character as like an NPC that has then a way to move and stuff and can then trigger animations and all those things. But he does not have those things right now, so he is but just a very basic character right now. Okay. Update, yeah, okay. So then move to ruins. So you recompile here. Just gonna check with the wife for stuff. All right. So the idea is that I want to make this, grab Lynn as an agent, and then grab a point over here, which can actually just probably be this object. I just need to find where this object is and move it somewhere that is close to this point and actually is really close to this point. Getting perspective, though, is kind of hard. Like, is this actually here now, or is this like, somewhere else? Okay, it does actually seem to be about height-wise the proper spot. Okay. Maybe move them to the side. There we go. Okay, and then yeah, the go-to point will be literally this transform, and then when you get there, I don't actually. In this case, I don't know if I even need a thing to do next, but then I need on this initiate dialog, we will move to the runes. Okay, doesn't matter when I do that. That's only going to ever happen the once because of this thing. Once we move to the ruins, oh, that's going to be fun to see. Oh, I probably shouldn't have to manage. I was thinking about like if I save and load this when he hasn't got to this point yet. There's some problems there, but I'm not gonna have like because I have the fixed save points. It should probably be fine. I do have to wrap up though soon, so let's just see if this part works, and then maybe we'll just wrap up there. Then we'll get to the second dialogue sequence on Monday. Dun, dun, dun. And um, why are you over there? Okay. Look at him go. Look at him go. Let's watch him go. Follow him. Oh no, no, I'm losing him. I'm losing him. He's going through the woods. He's taking the most direct route ever. Then you majestic being. He goes through the trees. He's totally floating. But he's here. He's here. Aha. That was fun. Okay, cool, yeah. So then the idea is he walks over here, you then have another little chat with him where he explains the whole, open door stuff, and then we kind of go through. But I mean, the thing I'm probably gonna have to do is that like I'm gonna have to specify points along this path that anytime there's like a dramatical curve, I'm just like, hey, you go to here, and then you go to here, and then you go 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 here, right? So it'll just be like a bunch of steps so that you can walk through them. I'm gonna do a lot of tweaking on that. I also have to make this path probably less bouncy. I don't even need head bob, and this is probably going to give people like Kristen motion sickness just from the bouncy bounce. Just need to flatten out this whole path. Just needs to be flat. All right. He waits for you disapprovingly. You're just sitting there. And once you get here, there's be another conversation, basically. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let's find someone to raid. Do 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 do. Um, why don't we go? I haven't actually checked out this the rain light for a while. So let's see if we can rain. I will be able to rate them. Okay, sweet. First of all, let me just say, for everyone that's here, if you've not checked out my game on Steam, go check it out. There's a demo that you can play for free. Give me the feedback. If you want to join our Discord, that's our Discord. Keep in the loop on all the fun things that we're doing. And then, yeah. Not Fox, because starting earlier didn't last. Yeah, we're not going to raid him, no. We're going to raid Rainlight Studios, who has another dog, so Karazest will be pleased. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next little bit. I'll be there for a little bit while I wrap up, and then I'll be heading out pretty quickly though, because I gotta go help with the baby Karen. Like taking care of the baby, and yeah. Well, yeah. Fox isn't gonna stream on a Saturday either, but also he probably would not be streaming at this point, even on a weekday. So you know, it's what it is. Is what it is. What it is. What it is. All right. Thanks for joining, everyone, for making this actually like one of my more vibrant, lively streams with lots of people. So thanks for coming in, and I'll see you on Monday. If you care to join me at the same time, same place, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.